G'day everyone and welcome to Two Cousins, One Chat. I'm Ben.
And I'm Kristy, and yes, we're cousins who love to chat. Well, I'm in stinking hot Melbourne and Ben's in stinking hot Adelaide. Here's a little secret. We may not be in the same room, but you never know. It's just like magic.
Oh, Kristy, come on. You're bursting the bubble. We want
I
people to
know.
think we are in the same room. Yes, it is stinking hot, but that's not going to stop us, so let's crack on with the show.
Let's do it.
So how you been, Kristy?
Hi, Ben. I'm good. How about you? How have you been?
Good. It's so hot here. Like anyone that follows the weather knows we are in a stinking hot heat wave here in Adelaide, and it's only kind of just begun. Like we're only into day 2, and it's not going to cool down until Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's just yucko. Yeah,
It's really hot. You guys get it really bad in Adelaide, don't you? So,
Well, we do, but this summer's been really cool, and then now it's March, and we're getting this heat wave. So there's lots of weather chat going on, as you can imagine, around at the Adelaide traps at the moment.
and there's nothing more that I love to whinge about is the weather. So I take that after my mum. Hi, mum. So we're going to have, I think, 5 days of over 35, 38. But
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, let the complaints begin. I was even doing the school pickup, and one of the kids was talking to me, going, "Oh, it's so hot, and it's going to be hot for a week." I'm like, "You are going to make a great old person one day because you are complaining about the weather, and you're 10."
I'm already there.
Yeah, fantastic.
So yeah, I've had we're recording on a Saturday today, which is really cool, and we've got we're recording this podcast, and we're also recording a little bit later in the afternoon, so we'll get to that in a sec. But this morning, do you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I can't stop looking at myself. I'm looking up like that.
That's okay. Kristy's got her laptop in a different position, and so she's kind of like, it's like she's shrunk.
Yes. I've just promoted something on social media about the new recording booth that I built out of a cardboard box and some foam tiles. So anyway, hopefully it sounds really cool. But this morning, Ben, I got up early and went for a swim in
the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. It'll be the second best thing that I do today, because the first best thing is seeing you, right?
Of course.
Recording. It was just beautiful. It was just calm out on the bay, Port Phillip Bay, and the water was really cool. It was just beautiful, and the sand was, I don't know, just everything was perfect. So I felt it was a really good start to the day.
Oh, that's real good.
Yeah. So then, and then do you know what? I made some homemade pesto.
Oh, yum. With your own grown basil?
Yep, and own grown garlic. And,
oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, super beautiful. So,
I love pesto.
Yeah, and it uses up lots and lots of the pesto, the basil leaves. So that's really delicious. And I made a big batch of that. And
well done. Hey, we should do a gardening episode because you've always had a bit of a green thumb. You know, you've always had veggies and bits and pieces, and I do like the garden. I find it very relaxing, but I've never really done that well with herbs and veggies. So maybe we could do like a Q&A. I'll be like one of those Saturday morning ABC callers.
And you look a bit like Costa.
Yeah, at the moment. And you could give all the advice. I'm like, hey, Kristy, how do I stop my coriander dying, etc.?
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right, terrific. And then we can put the call out to our awesome listeners to send in some, questions.
We'll just give half-baked advice.
Just like we did with our when you were a doctor.
Exactly. We're not horticulturalists, but we like to think we are.
I love this. Ben. All right, we're going to definitely do it.
For sure. So, hey, you guys have a long weekend as well, don't you? They kind of go, let's have a long weekend right around the country, and we'll just make up a whole bunch of reasons why. So I think there's quite a few different reasons why it's a long weekend. Ours is Labor Day. I think.
Same reason. Ours is Labor Day too. Right. So we get... just looked at myself.
Stop. It's okay. You can look at yourself. It's fine.
But when I look, I have to take a photo because then people will know what I'm talking about. But I look very odd.
Anyway. Oh, you know what it is? It's Adelaide Cup. Sorry.
Adelaide Cup. Yeah, ours is Labor Day. Ours is definitely Labor Day, and I work at the university, and only the professional staff get the day off. Academic staff have to work on Monday, so suck in, everyone. Yeah. Yeah.
P.S. I love you all.
Yes, I have a Monday off.
Yeah.
So, but there's so much happening in Melbourne and Adelaide at the moment. And
There is.
Adelaide, you've got
It's going off.
Adelaide.
That's on this weekend in the stinking heat. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so hot.
We've been to Adelaide quite a lot over the past, and we're not going this year, but it's going to be really hot. It's such a good event, though. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of different artists from around the
and
world.
yeah, and you just sort of go and explore and just see acts you've never seen before, and you can see a lot of different acts. And there's small stages and big party bands and small single solo artists, and then there's a whole lot of other stuff. There's markets and food, and there's conversations and panels and all other stuff that goes on as well. So it's a really great event actually. So that always happens on the long weekend, the March long weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
But we've also got Fringe.
Oh, yeah, right.
In full swing. But of course, we've not been out to see much because we've had the COVID, which we are now all over. But so that stopped us getting out. So the Fringe is kind of well and truly in full swing. So we might get to see a few. We are going to see a couple of things. But yeah, and the Adelaide Festival has now kicked off as well.
Yeah, and I saw something really interesting on social media. I've just shared to our page. A giant whale.
Giant whale on Glenelg. I know. And I got a text message from someone saying, "Oh my God, they're actually staying at Glenelg this weekend." And they looked out over the shore, over the esplanade from their balcony and went, what the hell? This is so sad. And then I'm like Googling and I'm looking on Facebook and people have posted it and I'm thinking, oh, no, it's not real. And then they sent another message going, oh, false alarm, it's not real.
Yeah,
but it looks real. So real. It looks very real. And it's all like buntinged off and it's pretty full on.
Yeah, so I just saw that and got freaked out a little bit, but then realised that it was just an art installation.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, a fake whale.
Stand down,
fake
relax.
news. Yeah. Calm down, everyone. Well, in Melbourne, we've got Moomba this weekend, and that always happens over the long weekend.
Oh, does it really? Okay,
always, yeah. So they have the water skiing on the Yarra River. They have the Moomba parade up and down Swanson Street.
There's a king and a queen, isn't there, of Moomba?
Yeah, and normally they're, oh God, I don't even know who they are this year, but they're always someone local identity.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Molly Meldrum's been like King of Moomba before.
50 times. Oh, has he? Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Chrissy Swan's been Queen of Moomba. She's gorgeous. Love Chrissy Swan.
Yeah.
Sammy J, I think, might have been. There's been like a whole range of different people. Yeah, people from the Wiggles, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know who they are this year, but generally they also go in the Birdman Rally. And do you know what the Birdman Rally is?
I do, absolutely. Yeah.
So when you, for our listeners, I'll just explain. It's when people dress up and like some sort of aircraft or bird of flight, and they jump off a platform into the Yarra River, and the person who goes the longest way is the winner.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Yeah. And normally it's just people just jumping off the platform with, like cardboard wings and they fall into the river. But I think all the money goes to charity, so it's a great thing to watch and really hilarious. So and you can watch it on TV if you want. If you really, really want, you can watch it on TV.
We used to have something called the Milk Carton Regatta, which was similar in the Padawalunga River, but then I thought they realised that you can't go in the Padawalunga River anymore because it's just too gross. So they had to end the event. But you basically make vessels out of milk cartons, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and see how far you get kind of thing. So it's a similar thing.
Come out with a rash.
Yeah, come out with a rash and a few turds hanging off your bathers. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Some dead fish.
Also coming up in Melbourne is the International Comedy Festival. So Melbourne International Comedy Festival. That starts in April, but there's some artists that they come from Adelaide over to Melbourne. I think they do a warm-up in Adelaide. And I'm going with a girlfriend next week to see an artist, Ash Williams, do his act.
You love Ash Williams.
Yeah. So that will be good. And he's doing a couple of shows. So I'll report back.
Please. Please
report back to Judy.
Now, in Nhill news.
Yes.
Nhill news. So as those of you who have been listening to us since day one, we were called Either Side of Nhill because we are either side of Nhill. And we have a lot of friends in Nhill and we like to keep up with what's going on in Nhill, absolutely. And we've been notified from a long-time listener and previous guests of the show.
Yep.
Councillor Wendy Bywaters and Helen from Nhill, who's a celebrity.
She is a celebrity, and that is no joke, people. Yeah. Check her out.
She's well known. And her YouTube, what did you say? Her YouTube recording's been listened to lots and lots. Is that one of the most popular?
It sure is. So if you go to our YouTube page, when we chatted, no, it's actually, I chatted with Helen of Nhill.
You did, I couldn't make that one. Yeah.
Mano e mano.
That's it.
And, excuse me, we recorded it audio and visually, so then we popped it up on the YouTube channel. And it's been downloaded like a bazillion times. So it just is a testament to Helen from Nhill. She's just a legend. Everyone knows it.
Absolutely. So, but what have they told us about this? The Nhill Airshow coming up on Saturday, the 13th of April. So that's about a month away. Yeah, so if you love your air shows, I've been to an air show at the at the RAF base here in South Australia, and it's absolutely great. It's such a great thing to go to. So get along to the Nhill Airshow, people.
Yeah, they've been promoting it for ages, and we said we would absolutely give it a shout out. So get down to Nhill, everybody.
Lock it in.
Yeah, if you want to watch Helen from Nill's recording, check it out on our YouTube page.
Yeah, do that first.
The YouTube channel is just Two Cousins One Chat, so yeah, jump on there. What was I going to say? A gentle reminder, Benjamin.
A gentle reminder. This does sound like a performance review now. We were saying before we went to air that it looks like we're about to do a PPR review or annual review of my performance. But okay, gentle reminder. That's passive aggressive. Okay, sure. What have I done wrong this time?
Chris Kringle. It's March 9. I just haven't seen any Chris Kringle. I think you may have received my Chris Kringle gift.
I keep them here with me, the juggling balls. They are here with me all the time. And I stack them. And they're good stress relievers. Yes, look, I am happy to report, actually, I'm being very smug now, as you can probably gather, that your Chris Kringle is in the mail and on the way. It's on its way.
Very good. Because
you're such a special person in my life and inspire me on a daily basis to be a better person, I went over budget.
Oh, by how much? Thousands?
No, probably a few bucks, but then there was postage as well. So I don't know if postage is included.
Did you go back to the rules? It's $6. I think it was $6 for gift plus postage.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's okay. So the $75 of postage isn't included because it's really, really heavy.
Okay, I can't wait.
14-kilo kettlebell.
Oh, they better not be bulldog clips like you gave me last year.
Hey, you can never have too many bulldog clips. Come on.
Yeah. You even autographed the box. Hey, that's so funny. Can't wait to get it, and I will be reporting back. So cannot wait to get that one.
It's on its way. Hey, we've had a question.
Yeah.
From one of our avid listeners, haven't we?
Yeah, and cousin.
Hey, this is not just about cousins, but we do have a fantastic cousin, Lee, who listens to all our episodes. So, hey, Lee. Big shout out to Lee.
Yeah, shout out to you, honey bun. And thank you for your question. She wanted to know, how do we come up with the ideas for topics on the podcast?
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about this, and then I reflect back to some of our strategic planning meetings.
Our days off site, yeah. Away days.
Basically, how we plan for the pod and what we want to talk about is just whatever we want to talk about. So it was a perfect example before when Ben said, hey, let's have a gardening episode. Yeah. Bang, we're doing it. That's it.
Yeah.
What guests do we get on? Oh, we love Tour de France. Let's speak to the best in the biz, Mike Tomalaris.
That's it.
Ben gets me a book for Chris Kringle. The author is Rachel Lynch. Next second, we're best friends, right?
Know, exactly.
Amazing. I couldn't sleep with COVID. Let's talk to Tansy Forrest. Bang, more best friends.
That's it. That's actually how it works. Or you have a crazy idea and you're like, okay. So it just comes to you, or you think, well, you have a conversation, it just turns into an idea, and you think, okay, let's talk about it. And it's fantastic. It's good fun.
Yeah, and who is the best in the biz with cooking and Christmas? It's like, let's ask Gabrielle Garte. Oh, that came through Polaris.
That was through Tomo, absolutely. Yeah. But
next second, sorry, there you go.
It's happening. No, I completely interrupted you. It's absolutely fine because I was thinking about cooking because I've got Adam Liao's cookbook, as you know, and I've talked about Adam Liao on the episode before, on the show before, and I've actually asked him through several platforms if you'll be on the
Okay.
show. And I most recently, Adam Liao, or if anyone knows Adam Liao and you're listening to this show, I
Yeah.
actually officially emailed through his website to
Okay.
say, we'd love you to be on the show. I've heard nothing.
Okay. He might be
Crickets.
busy. Yeah.
I'm sure he's busy. Hey, I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm busy
busy.
too.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm busy. But anyway, look, Adam, I love you. Love your show. Love the cook up. And I would love to have you on the show to talk all things Adelaide.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows Adam Liao, just give him a gentle nudge
Yeah.
and say, and if you're standing next between Adam Liao and Anne Wills, can you let them both know that I've tried to reach out and
Yeah.
look,
She said.
neither of them have come back yet.
Yeah.
So
But
anyway, what do we? Oh, go. Oh, now, oh, look at me, just steam train. Go for it, please.
I've got like a bazillion other people. We've got a massive list of people who we want to speak to on the website. And do you want to? Who are some of our guests? Because maybe we need to just share who we want to. Because you never know. Somebody who's might know Annabelle Crabb. We want her on the.
We want to talk to Annabelle Crabb, Miff Warhurst. I messaged both Miff and Annabelle, and neither of them responded. Ben Folds, Julia Zamiro. I messaged Julia Zamiro when she was here last year, and when she was the Cabaret Festival. I think she was the Cabaret Festival director. I think
she was. Yeah,
and
I don't think she's any longer.
No, nothing. Got nothing. So, look, I understand that they're busy celebrities, but we're celebrities. We've got our own show, you know.
You wouldn't want to be on this show.
So anyway, we're putting it out there. If anyone can chase those celebrities down for us,
that'd be great. There'll
give
be
them our business card
for you. Yeah, juggling balls.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Some fold-back clips.
Oh, look, post-it notes, whatever they need. We've got so much stationery here. I could open a shop, as the oldies would say.
Officeworks.
Could open my own Officeworks. Now, Kristy, this is an episode, and we are having some lovely chat right now. But what are we talking about today?
Okay, so the actual topic for today, Ben, is school sports and injuries. So this was a topic that we had on our list for ages and ages ago. So anyway, then when we were thinking about what happened back in the old school days, and the school sports and other sports injuries and things that happened to us while we were, being elite athletic specimens, right? So anyway, I've come up with my top 3. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, look, school sport and me were not a good mix, but hey, let's get on with it.
Let's do it.
So, school sport injuries. I just have to say before we get into our top 3 that I was talking to my wife Sarah before about this. And by the way, for lunch today, Kristy, I had your banned sausage roll. I had a sausage roll for lunch today.
Oh, did you?
I went into the bakery and went, I'll just get one sausage roll and one pasty and we'll cut them in half and share them. I got 3 sausage rolls and all 3 of us had one each. And I had half a pasty. I tell you what, it was so good. So
Has
good.
the heartburn kicked in yet?
No, it will though. I guarantee you it will. So we were having our saucy roll, and I was saying to Sarah about our show today, and I was asking her, and she did have some crazy things happen at school because she was very athletic. She was an excellent runner and did lots netball and did so much stuff, athletics.
Yeah.
But when I asked her about school injuries, the biggest one for her was that she actually fell in a hole at school. And I know Sarah's mum listens to the show. Hello, Wendy, my fabulous mother-in-law. She will remember this. So poor Sarah, she did fall in an open hole in the floor in her school. So it wasn't her fault.
Wasn't a sinkhole?
No, it wasn't a sinkhole. And she fell in, and it was only because there was a ladder going down it that it kind of broke her fall.
Oh,
so otherwise she would have gone right down. So she fell in a hole at school, and she also told me about how she did long jump, which she got second in, but it wasn't before she fully face planted in the sand pit and had got a mouthful of sand, and apparently her whole family were watching her. And so Sarah has had some funny stories as well. So maybe we'll have to get Sarah on the show one day as a follow-up.
Yeah, we need to explain a bit further on those.
But they were a very sporty family. Like Sarah's dad coached cricket, Sarah's mum coached netball, and they were managers for teams and played a billion sports themselves. So very, very sporty family. And Sarah and Matt both very good at sport too. But yeah, Sarah's had a few run-ins along the way.
Well, we've got a really sporty family too, haven't we? Like with our Auntie Betty, who was one of the original Diamonds.
Yeah, and my dad who could run faster backwards than he could forwards.
Yeah, that's so true. Very good on you, Uncle Joe. Well, I was going to say, back in high school, Cheltenham High School, which is where I went to, and Gillies Plain High School in Adelaide.
Gillis Plains, yeah.
You say
That's because we're very posh here, so we say Gillis Plains, yeah.
Gillies Plains. Anyway, they were sister schools. So once a year they had like a school sport carnival. And
I remember that.
Yeah, so basically people from Adelaide would come to Melbourne, and then next year the people from Melbourne would go to Adelaide and compete in a like a school sporting carnival. And then the students would come to Melbourne or Adelaide and get billeted out to random families.
How exciting.
Yeah. So I never went to Adelaide, but we had a relative of ours and also a listener of the show. Another shout out. Hey, Trudy.
Yeah. Hey, Trudes.
Melbourne and stayed with us. So then she went to Cheltenham High School and participated in all of the sports, and she was amazing. I don't know. She was what was she like? An athlete?
Very athletic, very smart, very athletic. She got like in year 12. She got like what was called the Cowtex Award, pretty much the smartest kid in the class, kind of thing.
Wow,
yeah, very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I played hockey and I hated it.
Did you?
Just hated it.
Why?
So violent, with the ball and the bat
sticks and the ball. Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Shin pads, and you needed like all sorts of body armor. I absolutely hated it. Plus, I was really crap at running.
But were you?
That's not one of my top three. So
no, okay, that's all right. That's just some bonus content for you there, people.
Yeah.
Stop looking at yourself, would you? It's like you're at my front door. It's like one of those ring things. It's like, no thanks, not today.
All right.
Two people door knocking yesterday. Anyway, okay, well, let's do our top three. Shall I start? Okay, so I've had a few. I was not good at sport. Can I just preface that? I'm more interested in sport as an adult than I was as a kid. And it's not that I wasn't. I probably could have got better at stuff if I tried, but I just didn't care. I just did not. I was so lazy. Like, I was really, really lazy. But my number three, my first one, is when I was in about year 9. I had this real a-hole phase, right? I got this friend who...
Are you talking about that last episode?
Yeah, we just had this... I was too cool for school, but I was kind of a bit weak and I didn't like it, but I ended up being a bit mean to people. So I had one friend and like virtually no others. And I ditched this friend, and then later down the track we saw each other in Melbourne when we were adults, and we had a big chat about it. It was all sort of... We kind of smoothed it over. But anyway, so I went through this phase where I wasn't nice to people.
Just can't even... I can't even.
Yeah, I didn't fully commit either, so I was kind of aware of. I know that's it. Surfy t-shirt. That was the period. Believe it or not, that kid there was not a very nice person. Anyway, we used to play soccer for fitness. We had fitness at the start of the day. We'd do soccer. We'd do 1 kilometre runs. We'd do all this stuff, and the whole school did fitness for the first sort of 20 minutes, half hour of the day. And this kid, Matthew, who I'd been paying out and wasn't being very nice to, in soccer literally came up and elbowed me in the nose. So we're talking injuries here, school injuries. He came up and fully just elbowed me right in the nose, and I deserved it. So that's okay. I deserved it. Yeah. But I had blood like just piecing out of my nose, and I don't even think the teacher cared. This is like
McDonald's, and you cut your head open.
Cut my head open, yeah, exactly, yeah, getting lots of love. So I just stood at the side of the soccer pitch with just blood pouring out of my nose, just like a 14-year-old kid, just with blood pissing out, and my nose has been crooked ever since. Yeah, and I have breathing issues, and but I deserved it. So
have you got like a bent septum or whatever it's called?
No, I wear headgear at night. And that kind of, just it's like a splint, on this side of my nose.
CPAP.
Yeah, exactly. My CPAP machine.
No, well, do you want to hear here's my third one?
Yeah, please go.
And everybody will remember these from back in the 70s, if you're alive then. The monkey bars at primary school, and like swinging so much on the monkey bars and the uneven bars. Do you remember them? There was sort of like these.
You had them at school?
Yeah.
Uneven bars. Wow, we didn't have those.
I did go to a very posh gymnastics.
You did. Very high end, gymnastics specialist school, yeah.
No, the monkey bars where you would just swing, just right across and, do two at a time.
Yeah.
And you get all those blisters along the top of your hands. And
That's it. Yeah.
your hands would really toughen up. But there were these uneven bars, but they were sort of like at one height, and then there was another bar at another height. They weren't like the Olympic uneven bars. So you used to get on the uneven bars and swing as high as you could, forwards, backwards. Anyway, it was just like a little slip of a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, just came off, landed flat on my back, and then just couldn't breathe. And you remember being winded as a kid and like...
Yeah, it's horrible.
Because you can't breathe.
No, it's...
it's
awful.
Yeah. So, that was my third one. So, getting winded, can't breathe. No one knows.
What was the floor surface? Was it bark or was it dirt? What was it? Bark. Yeah, soft fall, my ass. Yeah, right.
It wasn't concrete.
Sorry, I'm swearing a lot today. I don't know why.
Oh, you're so angry.
A bit loose.
I'm so mad.
Angry person.
What's your second one, Ben?
My second one was I did try a lot of sports, and my parents, bless them, they let me try lots of things, and some things I wasn't terrible at, like basketball. I could have got better at. I played indoor cricket with my brother, which was fun. I did a whole bunch of stuff, but football, because we're a football family and everyone was football mad, and Dad coached and Mum was managing, and my brother's a football nut, and I just wasn't. So I used to get put in the back pocket, which, is kind of like, yeah, you're on the field, but we don't really need you. So I'd get in the back pocket, and I was so bored that I'd just sit on the oval. I literally sat down on the oval thinking, this is just terrible. And because everyone played football around me, football was everywhere. I thought I had to play it. I thought it was like brushing your teeth. You had to play football. And then one day I realised that I just really don't want to play it. And I said, Mum, I don't think I want to play footy anymore. And she's like, that's okay. You don't have to play football. It's fine. I'm like,
that must have been a relief.
I was like, I don't.
Really?
Oh, cool. And then I thought, when you finish work and you just want to get out of your job, but you have to give like 4 weeks or 6 weeks notice, and then you think, this 6 weeks is going to suck. I thought I had to play the season out, like I have to finish the season. And I sort of said this mid through, and Mum's like, no, you don't have to play. I'm like, oh, cool. When do I need to stop? Well, you can stop whenever you like. So that was it. I never played football ever again. That's it. I've never played a game of football since.
Yeah, right. I've never played hockey since too. Bloody hated it. Why should you do stuff that you don't like? I mean, really?
Exactly. People make their kids do stuff. Stop making your kids do stuff they don't like.
Yeah.
They don't like. Just because you want them to be good at it doesn't mean they want to be good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was no good at football. I love watching football now, and I love kicking the footy with my son, and it's good fun.
Does Reed play footy?
Nah, he's not really interested in AFL playing. He doesn't want to play AFL, which kind of suits me because it's so rough,
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy for him to not play football.
And he's pretty good at tennis.
He loves tennis. He's really starting to get very interested in basketball. And he also likes cricket. The boys play cricket, and some of the girls play cricket at school a lot. Cricket's very popular at his school. Yeah. So who knows where he'll end up. He might not even do any sport like me. He might just want to mooch around like I did.
Yeah, I know, but look at you now.
Look at me now. Anyway, what's your next one, Kristy?
My second one is the high rope.
Oh, God. He went to some adventurous school.
Anyway, I don't know if you had this at your primary school. This is in primary school, okay, guys. I will get out of the primary school in a minute, but these are memorable to me. So it seems like it was a rope that was attached to a massive structure, and then you just climb up the rope.
Yeah, in the gym, inside the gym?
No, outside.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, next to the uneven bars, just with the bark. Right. So anyway, I didn't have a lot of upper body strength and couldn't ever sort of pull myself up. And
it's tough.
I kept like practicing, and I'm only a little kid,
You said that.
I don't know, grade 4 or 5, however old you are. So anyway, this one time, it's like, oh my God, I'm actually doing it. And anyway, I'm actually doing it now, guys. So I was pulling myself up the rope, and I was getting like, oh my God, I'm getting to the top. So I got to the top. I was like, yeah, go Kristy. This is amazing. And I was like, oh, okay, I've got to get down now.
Oh, no.
So anyway, you know how the rope, you kind of hug it.
Oh, yeah, right?
And then you wrap your legs around the rope, and then you just
no.
Yeah. Slide down the rope. So I hadn't been up the top before. I didn't know how to get down, so I just thought you let rip. So anyway, I let rip, and then about halfway down, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm just like getting rope burn on my arms and legs to keep going. I had to get to the bottom, Ben."
You were too far in. You couldn't back out.
Do you
Oh,
know what I mean?
no.
I wasn't
Yes,
going to let go
yes.
and fall on the bark and get splinters.
You'd only just come off the high bar yesterday's lunchtime. You didn't need 2 falls in 2 days.
Yeah. So
Oh,
anyway,
my God. Kristy, rope burn.
oh,
Ouch.
just killer. And I've never been up that ever again. So
No. Look, we had ropes at gym at school, but I've done high rope climbs as part of obstacle racing as an adult, like True Grit, Tough Mud.
yeah,
At these events, they have the ropes, and you've got to climb really, really high, but sometimes they have crash mats underneath, so you can sort of go halfway down and then let go. But yeah, I've seen some serious guys got some serious rope burn on some of
yeah,
these events. Oh,
scarred for
that's
life.
horrible.
There's another topic for another podcast because you were an international superstar in Tough Mudder.
I did go overseas. Yeah, I did go overseas
You're
to
invited.
prevent. Yeah, so
You're
I
invited. Yeah,
qualified.
handpicked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were absolutely handpicked. Yeah, plucked. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So what's
Wow.
your second one
Well, my
before we get
top one is more of a
to the one?
sporting achievement. So I'm saying I wasn't very good at
Yep.
sports. One thing that we did do, which I really loved, was gymnastics. I really enjoyed it, and we moved away, and I stopped doing it at a certain age. But we both did it. My brother and I both did gymnastics, and a lot of kids in the street did it as well. I know it sounds funny, gymnastics, but it was fun because
Yeah,
it's like
great.
mini tramps and
Yeah.
springboards and crash mats and pole vaults and all pole vaults, no vaults, whatever they're called. So
Galore.
it was kind of fun. Do you know what I mean? Even though I wasn't that brilliant at it. However, in 1984, ladies and gentlemen, I did get the trophy for most improved.
Yay, Ben!
Most improved, which I always say. I have a joke in my stand-up set that I say, I got the gymnastics trophy for most improved, which means you're not as shit at the end of the year as you were at the start of the year, but you're still shit.
Yeah, most improved. So you've gone up the rankings a little bit.
It's
Oh,
like an
Ben,
encouragement award. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, I suppose keep coming
got to
back,
give him
whatever. Yeah,
something.
yeah, that's it.
We need the
And I was
fee.
trying to find it. I was trying to find it for this episode, but I think
Yep.
I ditched it because it broke. And I was like, I don't need this rubbish. But then who knew that 20 years later I was going to be doing a podcast. Well, 20 years after throwing it out, that is, I was going
Yeah,
to be doing a podcast, and I would need it. But anyway, so
super fun.
gymnastics trophy. It's the
Yeah,
only trophy I've ever got that I actually got that wasn't just to hear everyone gets a trophy for being part of the team
very good.
trophy. It was the only one I
Actually
got that
earned
was
it.
special
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, so there you go. That was
Oh,
my
oh,
highest sporting achievement.
oh, fantastic. Good on
Yeah.
you, Ben. Well, my third and final one is, I've got a long history of tennis and I love my tennis.
Mm.
And anyway, so this was at primary school, guys, so you have moved on. But anyway, I was in the club championships for the mixed doubles
God, wow.
with the hottest guy in the club. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
really? Oh,
He
was he?
was
Yeah,
hot.
like
Oh, I
Stefan
loved him.
Edberg kind
Oh
of.
yeah. He made my heart go boom, boom, boom.
Did he really? Wow. Okay.
So anyway, this guy, let's just say his name's John McEnroe, right? So John and I were at the Mentone Tennis Club. We're warming up for the mixed doubles, and it was going to be a cracker of a match, best of
Oh,
three
yeah.
sets, right? Great day, everything's good. So in the warm up, and anyway, I'm bouncing around like an idiot, trying to impress hot guy John McEnroe.
Laughing.
Watch this as I warm up, do an ace down the tee. Anyway, I was jumping around like an idiot. Anyway, I rolled my ankle in the warm up and sprained it so
Oh,
badly, like so much that it started swelling up in my shoe. And I was like trying not to cry. And hot guy, John McEnroe, was like, you're going to be okay. I'm like, yeah, totally fine, whatever.
it's nothing.
Totally fine. Couldn't
Oh,
walk. So anyway, let alone run. And anyway, it hurt like crazy. I was trying not to cry. Anyway, we ended up playing. We ended up one, but John McEnroe, he did all of the heavy lifting, and I was just sort of plonked at the front net, just trying to, contain
getting the
myself.
odd volley.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, he was such a sweetheart. We won the club champ. We won the club championships. Names up on the
No
board.
way.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. And then
Really?
afterwards, took off my shoe, and as soon as you take your shoe off, you're done because it just
Yeah.
like that explodes. So yeah, that was my third and final sports
Oh.
injury.
Kristy, I'm so sorry that happened, because you would have, you did not see it going that way, obviously. In your mind, it was like, high fives and, should we get a drink afterwards kind of thing. And meanwhile, you're like, no, I got to go home with mum and put slippers on. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Got to do the old rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Compression, elevation, that's it, yeah. Oh, Kristy.
But
at least you won.
We did win, and, he didn't really need me. So he was that good. Yeah. But anyway, they were my top three, and
fantastic. Hey, look, that's so good, because you are quite a good tennis player. So that's just a little blip in what is otherwise a fairly stellar career, let's say.
Absolutely. Anyway, that is about it from us for now. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend if you've got one, and we will be back again soon, I guess.
Absolutely, why not? Let's do it.
Oh no, the OCD one's next.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah,
that's our next step.
OCD, Kristy and her spreadsheets. All right. Okay. See you, everyone. Bye.
See you later.